Welcome, YouTube. This is podcast number two, actually. We're doing the podcast monthly with the group, but I also want to do a sort of a one-on-one Ghostbuster podcast. And I have Richard with me tonight. How you doing, Richard? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely great. Thanks.
We're going to have a little chat about some bits and pieces. Obviously, the film's going to crop in there at some point because that's next week. We've got, what,
Yeah.
5 days?
Whoa.
Looking forward to that. And I know you've got
Yeah,
stuff
definitely.
planned for that, so that's awesome. So we'll have a chat about that too. But Richard, what got you started with the Ghostbusters thing? The whole cosplay side of things. What got you started with Ghostbusters?
Well, really bizarrely, so my first love is actually Doctor Who. I'm not sure I should admit that as kind of my opening gambit. But what I discovered was was that I just didn't really enjoy cosplaying the Doctor and the characters from Doctor Who. And so during the lockdown,
Mm.
I got myself a 3D print of a pack, which I've still got it actually, I think. Yeah, I have. Um, and just then obviously once we started coming out of lockdown and cons started happening again and things like that, started going as a Ghostbuster, and the engagement, the smiles you bring to people's faces were just absolutely such a different experience.
Ah,
And
there's nothing quite
and
like it, is there?
no, no, you just bring so much joy to the kids, but to the adults as well. There are so many
No.
adults that just want to come and ask you questions, come and talk to you, come and hold your proton, yeah, your gun, wand, sorry, not gun, um,
You can call it a
and
gun, I don't mind.
yeah, there we go, and and just chat to you, and it's just grown and grown and grown from there, really.
Mm.
The last couple of years I've had so many requests for going to different events, and I've gone to like music festivals. I've
Nice.
been on stage. There was a punk rock band who did a cover of the Ghostbuster
Brilliant.
song, and so got me up on stage, got me
Yeah.
got me dancing to that. Done all sorts of different charity events and things like that, and so it's just kind of grown from there, really.
Yeah.
And what I've been doing is not dissimilar to what you do. Get together other ghosts' heads, and just go and bring joy to people.
Wow. Brilliant. I mean, that's what it's all about, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
I love the cons. I really do because I think the cons are very, for me, it's a personal experience where I can show off. And that's why it is. It's why,
yeah,
I
yeah.
love going to concert to show off what I'm doing, whatever cosplay I'm doing. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold and it's gone to my chest. But to do the other events where we see the people coming to us, you know, and the like you say, the smiles on the faces and the fun
Yeah.
side of it is a massive thing for me. It's huge. Uh, and yeah, I just love it. I just absolutely love it. Have you got any standout experiences from like events or cons where
Oh,
it's
that's a good
just that
question.
that one time where it's just gone, it's like, oh, I've got a few. What's your standout experience?
So for me, there's a couple. I would say the one that stands out the most is last Christmas we did an event for Wave 105, who do a toy collection cash for kids, where they
Yes,
collect
that's kids.
toys for kids, and got invited to go down to an event down in Poole where they got 45 different characters, different cosplayers,
Okay.
just collecting toys for kids. This was
Nice.
kind of Christmas, and they've booked us again for this year. And we're actually going to have a Ghostbuster meet down there this year.
Brilliant.
And it was just so wonderful, just kind of being part of that. And we collected hundreds of toys, and we were there with the public, and I mean, and it really was a multi-universe experience. There was
Yeah.
just so many different things, and we had a couple of Ghostbusters there. But no, that I would say is one of the biggest ones. That kind of really just plucks at my heart.
Takes your heartstrings away. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
I really do love that. That's brilliant. Yeah, yeah. I've similar. I've got a couple of experiences where it's just where your just heart drops. You're like, oh, it's just that just makes the event where the kids. In fact, it was an adult who had learning disabilities at an event, and was so the pack was just such an inspiration to this guy, and he was just and the things he was saying, the things he knew about the film and the stuff, and he knew more about the pack than I did. Like this is that and that, and I'm like, it was just
Yeah,
so heartwarming that the guy was so welcoming and so loving to just to see a Ghostbuster. It was like wow,
yeah,
the eyes just light up.
definitely,
But
definitely. And another
that
one,
one
and another one that stands out for me is World Book Day. So for World Book Day, obviously all the kids go in.
recent one last week after last.
Yeah. But I did it again. I did the same last year actually. Um, my kids are 5 and 7,
Right.
and they love cosplaying, and they come out as a Ghostbusters,
They
and
were our last event, weren't they? Last
yeah, absolutely, and they will come out, and they love cosplaying. And when we go to cons, they dress up as different things, and obviously for World Book Day, they dressed up as different things. But I went in my Ghostbusters costume to go and drop them off and to collect them at the end of the day, and you just like kids and parents and teachers were just their jaw dropped as they saw an adult walking in full Ghostbusters gear, and I had my pack on and everything, and it just shows it's not always the big things. It's
no,
it's also the little things,
yeah,
and that just inspired, and some of the parents said to me, actually, it's amazing that you do this. It's not just the kids that are doing this.
yeah,
Actually, you do it.
absolutely. I have the
Um,
same with my boys' school. He's only 3, and obviously I didn't dress up this year. He did, but I've done their Santa. I've done the other school Santa as well this year, and I keep saying to him, if you want us to come, because me and Samantha we do Belle and Beast.
oh yeah.
I do the Beast without the mask, because yeah,
Yeah.
really expensive, but I'm not allowed to buy it. So I've got the wig.
Yeah.
And I do the Prince version of Beast, if you like. But I keep saying to them, if you want us to come round and do that kind of stuff, we can certainly come round and have a little bit of fun with the kids stuff. It's really good fun. I love it. The kids' faces are brilliant. They do really well.
Yeah. Definitely. And me and you obviously went out before Christmas, and you were Father Christmas Ghostbuster,
Christmas stuff.
and
So yeah,
again, yeah, absolutely. And the reaction you got from that
I
was
know it's
just
brilliant.
absolutely brilliant.
So good. I mean, I like to do a little bit of a mashup now and again. I haven't done many. I keep trying to think of a new Ghostbuster mashup. I was going to do uh, Eddie from Stranger Things Buster, because I
Yeah.
want to get like his wig, but I'd have to have a shave, and I don't really want to shave. No. I like my beard.
No, definitely. Whereas for me, so
You could do it
one
really
of the well, no, that wasn't what I was going to say. No,
well.
so whereas for me, I'm going down the traditional Ghostbuster route. So at the moment, I'm building the slime blower from Ghostbusters 2.
Nice.
Yeah, and so over on that side of the room, and obviously for those that are listening, my hand indications won't make any sense at all. But over on one side of the room, I've got like parts for the slime blower, and then behind me up on the shelf, I've also got parts for the real Ghostbusters proton pack as well. So I'm building that and doing
I
a
mean that comes directly into my next question. Props. Now I've got to tell you, Richard, I'm not a builder. I keep doing stuff. I only just recently started baking stuff. I don't make things. I
mm,
can't make stuff. I don't like cooking, because I don't like the whole idea of standing around for an hour and then eating for 2 minutes. It's not my thing. I can't
yeah,
build stuff. I'm traditionally a demolisher. I used to work in specialist demolition. Give me something to break, and I can break it.
you can do it.
I just recently opened my pack, put in the Stay Alive mod. That's it. I've never opened it, and that's not even a build. That's a carefully open and try and get the thing back. It was a nightmare.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
about
yeah.
the props? And you have got some amazing props, and I've seen some of them. You've got the trap, which is pretty awesome. You got your
Yeah,
little
yeah, Tracy, the remote control trap.
RC RC trap.
Yeah,
But you recently showed me STL files for the arm wand, haven't you? The arm,
yeah,
the
yeah,
arm gun.
definitely. Yeah, absolutely,
I mean, where
absolutely.
did your inspiration come from for props? What do you just see something and you go, I want that, I'm going to do it.
Well, I'm doing stuff, and I mean, because it all kind of came about, and because I ended up just getting given a couple of broken packs and repairing them.
I was going to come on
Um,
to your exploits. Yeah, about the packs and stuff like that. Yeah, go on, carry on, go on.
Yeah, that's right. So I've continued kind of like
Mm.
taking in broken packs and repairing them and things, and then kind of along the way, obviously, because I did electronics at college, and have done various bits and pieces. I'm a psychologist by trade, so it's completely different from
Completely
from what I do.
old.
Um, yeah, exactly. But it's good because it helps me to switch off. And so then, so my one of my best friends does 3D prints, and he does, and we're gonna launch some Ghostbuster versions of these. He does ghost hunting equipment that senses like changes in air pressure and temperature and wind direction and things like
A
that.
real PK meter.
Yes, so one of the things we're building is an actual working PKE meter.
Wow,
And
that is
so
amazing.
yeah, so we're working on that, and
Mm.
um, I mean, it's more complicated than so that he's got the technology and got got all the electronics there and all the rest of it. But then the bit I'm bringing is then how do we make this into an actual PKE meter like
Yeah.
people are used to seeing? So we're doing that, and then obviously with the Frozen Empire stuff, people started picking up on the fact that Janine's there and she's got this arm wand, which is probably likely, they haven't officially said, but it's probably likely to come from the real Ghostbusters because there was an
Yeah,
arm
there
wand
is a
in the
version
real.
of the World Ghostbusters, isn't there? They're kind of
Yeah.
an arm wand version. Yeah, I'd say so.
So so it came from that, and I'm aware of about five different people that are on a similar journey at the moment,
Yeah.
where actually we're scouring the internet for pictures and things, and we've got the design, we've worked out where we can get all the parts, we've worked out the electronics, which is the big thing, but we're now waiting for the film to make sure that actually the electronics are going to match because there's a strong likelihood it will be very similar to the existing proton wand,
Right.
but we don't know until the film comes out. What sound effects they're going to have and all the
It's like
rest
a
of
lot
it.
of things.
So
It's like the red jackets. No one really
yeah,
knows. Everyone's buying these really expensive Parkers, and you don't really know. There's no, the only real images we've got are sort of half baked, really high brightness images of Paul Rudd
yeah,
kneeling down. So you don't really get up, but is what it is.
yeah, and it's a bit like the changes people are making to their packs in terms of like the what some people refer to as the yellow thong, other people refer to as the Elsa pack,
I've
and all
got
of
the
those
original
things.
yellow bumper. I'm not changing it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did the yellow first. I did it over
yeah.
2 years ago. I'm keeping it the way it is. I don't want the
No,
little
no, it works. It
thong
works, and from the images, from the
part.
latest images that have come out, it looks like that's one of a range of packs. They've recently brought out an image of like because they've got some kind of special van or something with a whole load of packs
Yeah,
in it,
kind of extra
and
money.
it's only like one or two of them that have got the yellow detail on it.
I
So
was
it looks like it's
watching Adam Savage. I've got a couple of cats just messing around me. I was watching Adam Savage the other day. He did a tour around. He was talking to one of the prop makers, and the prop makers specifically for the new packs. They built
yeah,
eight
yeah,
with certain variations. So we only saw one on camera, but
yeah.
the other seven might have slightly different variations. They were saying.
Exactly. And so until the film comes out, it's kind of like, well, yeah, well, we've
But you
got a
know what,
fair
Richard? I
idea.
love that. I think it's brilliant, and I love the fact that my pack is unlike anyone else's. My the weathering on my suit is unlike anyone
Yeah,
else. I love being my own
yeah.
Ghostbuster. I
Well, the
never
reality
wanted
is,
to exactly that.
particularly since Afterlife, you can't say something this is screen accurate because actually, um, you look at. I mean, if, a really simple example is the yellow hose connector. Where does it go? Because you look at the first film, they obviously had different overalls where it was placed slightly differently.
Yeah.
You look at the new films, and that they've moved again. They're now on the side as opposed to being more towards the center of the leg, and it doesn't matter.
But you can say that about the belts. Even in the first film, everyone was wearing different stuff, and then in a different
Yeah,
scene, they're wearing stuff differently.
yeah. Yeah,
They're
yeah,
never in the
exactly.
same place, and they're never
Yeah.
always the exactly same, are they?
And then obviously you had the whole, the Afterlife Spengler versions where actually he's built, a whole series of packs. He hasn't just taken the packs from the original crew. He's then built some more, and they're all different. That you can't say any more a
Exactly.
proton. I want a screen accurate proton pack because,
Doesn't
well,
exist.
okay, which one of
Which one?
2030 are you going to
Yeah,
go
which
for?
one do you want, or which part of this and which part of that?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so no, I'm all for it. But for because that's also the reality of things. If we were in universe, then actually the reality is, as a part broke, you'd replace it, or you'd do something, or you'd change it, or you'd adapt it, and it would be continually evolving anyway.
I love the fact that Winston is now a millionaire and he's been keeping this updated and new stuff coming that
Yeah,
we're now seeing in the new film, or we're going to be seeing in the new film. And I love that. Because of course you would. You wouldn't wait 40 years to update something. If something
no,
needs update, health and safety changes, and some of the things they've done to the packs, and I don't know if you saw the Adam Savage. Do you know Adam Savage?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Uh, a lot of like the iron arm has changed, so
yeah.
the thing is, they made those changes because it was a need requirement over the years. Health and safety's changed, this changed, that's changed, all kinds of things changed. I saw,
Well, yeah, and I mean, just if
I
we're
think it's
talking
brilliant.
about the corner iron arm piece,
Mm. It's now
I
gone in
rub
and
it.
comes over the what's
It's
it called?
yeah, and if we look at, and I can tell you, having repaired countless packs now, that's the bit that's easy to get knocked off,
Yeah,
and easy to damage. And so, from a practical point of view, let alone
100%.
whatever
Yeah.
electronics, that have caused it. From a practical point of view, it means it's more protected, and so therefore less likely to get knocked off or damaged. So
It's actually what they said on the documentary. It makes sense. These
yeah,
things. Everyone, there's people in the community, and I'll come on to the community in a second because I want to talk about a certain aspect of
mm,
the community, which isn't as bad as most community. But some people were saying, "Oh, I don't like this change. It's not OG. But that's not the point. I recently had a guy say to me, "Why would your suit be dirty? You would wash your suit every day, right?"
mm,
So and I was like, but that's not my cosplay. You're talking about someone who wants to costume as a Ghostbuster. I'm a
yeah,
cosplayer. This is my character.
yeah,
My
yeah, yeah.
character is dirty. I've been at work all day, and I
Mm,
and and this is me, a working Ghostbuster, having been on a really dirty job in the middle of whatever, wherever it was. And the guy just could not understand
yeah,
the
yeah,
difference between
absolutely. And
costuming
I
as a
love.
Ghostbuster and cosplaying a character. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Uh,
Exactly, and I love, and I've obviously seen the fantastic job you've done with weathering and all the rest of it, and I
that
love
wasn't a
what.
plug, by the way. I was just
No, 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 but I have, I've genuinely seen it and admired
it's,
it.
all my
But
cosplays are the same. They're
yeah,
all a certain part of that genre. But I'm a cat. I like to characterize what I'm doing. I even
mm,
did it when I was playing airsoft. My airsoft characters that I had, it was that kind of thing, and people couldn't understand why I was almost like a cosplayer going to do airsoft. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's the same. You just want to be someone different, and that's what this is all about.
exactly, and I see people that have managed to find ways of putting like slime residue on their overalls,
You know what I
and
found the easiest thing was what was it? It was that green like body wash stuff. I can't remember
yeah,
what it's called now, but it just comes
Swarfiga,
out with green. The what? Sorry,
Swarfiga,
no,
no,
it was in like it's like a jelly. I can't remember what it's called.
yeah,
I think it was who was it? It was Carl, the guy with the Ghostbuster car, that amazing car.
mm,
Was we brought it out and just started squirting at people and rubbing it all over. And it looked amazing. I was like, wow. But then you'd have to wash that off because it would start stinking after a little while because it's obviously stink on it. But I don't need to wash mine. It's paint. Uh,
yeah.
yeah, that's good fun. So I mean, let's talk about the community. Have you ever had any negative kind of? Oh, I had a thing. Funny enough, I had a thing today. Which if I can just anecdote this for a second, I did a post today on my Facebook group, about joining the Portsmouth Ghostbusters. I don't know if you saw
Mm,
it. And
hmm.
I misquoted something from the film. I said that Winston had said something, wasn't it? It was actually Venkman who said it in the film.
Yeah,
And one guy pointed out quite nicely and said, you've got it wrong, kind of thing. I was like, ugh, damn it. It's been a
annoying.
long day. It's annoying. So I changed it. And another guy came on and said, imagine being the head of a Ghostbuster group and you don't know the film inside, something like that. And I was like,
Whoa.
what? Come on, man. Is there any why do you have to be so negative? What is it? I've
Yeah,
been in a lot of communities. Star Wars community is terrible. It is really bad. The Star Wars community is so toxic. It's unbelievable. And I
yeah.
didn't I didn't think Ghostbusters was that bad. I don't have a lot of experiences of negativity in the Ghostbusters community. Have you ever had anything similar? Anything like that?
Yeah. So I've come across it on a few occasions,
Mm.
and I've come across franchises where they're really trying to encourage people to only wear screen accurate clothing, for example. Whereas my view is, I'm sorry, if you're a Ghostbuster, you're a Ghostbuster whatever you're wearing. You just look at two when they chuck on packs on top of suits, literally, and Afterlife when they're chucking on packs on top of whatever Phoebe and
Yeah.
the others are wearing at that moment in time, and I'm imagining it's going to be the same in the early stages of Frozen Empire as well. And you could be a Ghostbuster without having the overalls. You
Yeah.
could be a Ghostbuster without having the pack. You can be a Ghostbuster, I've come across it a few times where people have been like, "Oh, this isn't screen accurate." I've had someone come around because obviously I mean, so I probably see 20 or 30 packs a year come through this room through my study for various different things or upgrades and all the rest of it. And I've had people come in and say, "Oh no, actually no, it's not screen accurate because it doesn't have this there." And I'm like, "Okay." Yeah, that's
Yeah.
absolutely fine. And you know, there are differences between the packs. There's
Mm.
differences in the uniforms. Um, um, you've um, you've seen my costume. I have a ridiculously oversized badge on my arm, and I do that because actually it shows up better in the photographs.
Yeah.
And
I've got to say, I'm taking my little one off. I've got a little one at the moment, but I have
yeah,
bought an oversized,
yeah.
10 centimeter by
Yeah,
9.5 centimeter one that's going on
yeah,
now.
absolutely, and it does in terms of photos, which
Mm.
people seeing it and things like that. It has because I did the same. I started off with a small one, and then you just look at the films and go, actually, they had different sizes.
They did. They
Um,
all four of them were actually at different shapes as well. Some of
yeah,
the hands on the no ghost were different. They're all
yeah,
different.
exactly. So yeah, no, so I have experienced it, sad to
Mm.
say, and I kind of steer away from it. And certainly in terms of the Ghostbuster events that we run, actually, if someone's coming along to be a Ghostbuster, then they come along, to be a Ghostbuster. It doesn't matter what they're wearing if they haven't
I've
got
said exactly the same thing to people. They're like, oh, I can't come because I haven't got a suit. Come along and help.
yeah,
If you haven't got
exactly.
a suit by now, get a flight suit whenever you can. I haven't got
Definitely.
time.
I was down with Bristol Ghostbusters at an event yesterday,
Mm.
and they had a couple of people just there, just wearing Bristol Ghostbusters
Yeah.
t-shirts,
Nice.
and showing people the packs and all the rest of it. It
Mm.
doesn't make
No.
any difference whatsoever.
It's in your heart. Oh,
Yeah.
man. So what makes your Ghostbuster cosplay unique? I mean, I've seen some of the bits you got on your belt. You got any other unique stuff? What's your go-to?
Well, I have to say, kind of the thing that draws people in is Tracy, the remote control, the trap. Everywhere I take her, and if we're crowded, I can't get her out. But
Yeah.
everywhere I take her, I kind of just go round, and if there's an R2D2, for example, I'll just get Tracy to go up to R2D2 and just kind of beep at each other, and it just brings people in. But actually, I
The
would say.
first time I met you at the Christmas thing, you dropped it
Oh
before we
my God,
left.
yes, I
On the
did.
way to
Yes,
meeting me, you can't. I was, what have you done?
Oh my God. Well, thankfully, I have to say she's robust. So yeah,
Yeah.
so I'd literally I was walking across the car park to come and meet you, and it just went. And she's sturdy. The thing that was broken was a torch, one of the LED headlights, and it cost me a fiver to replace. The rest of it absolutely worked fine and continued
So
to
you
work
you
fine.
made that from scratch, or did you have like the body of it? Because it's quite a small trap, isn't it? It's not a full size.
No, it's one of the blue Kenner ones painted.
Right, gotcha. Yes, yeah, yeah, okay, nice. And you
And
just
it's
you
just
just
just put
did your thing,
put
and
onto. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not going to take full credit for that because someone that's a bit more expertise at remote control cars
right,
put that together for me. But
okay.
actually, yeah, it
I-
it
I'm
works
always in
fantastic.
I'm in awe of anyone who can do stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm bad with electrics. I got to admit, I'm terrible. My dad was even worse. My dad once changed a light bulb and electrocuted himself. A light
Oh
socket
God. Yeah, yeah.
didn't turn the electric off and just went halfway across the room. Yeah, always been that bad. So I've always steered clear of electrics and probably for the best. Uh, but
No, that's where
always in
I'm
awe of
quite.
people who can do that kind of stuff.
And I'm quite happy to reach out to people when I'm like getting to the end of I don't quite get what's going on here.
Yeah, yeah.
I then actually I'll reach out to people. So I had a pack where actually um when you got a pack with lights of the towns that's a build, you've got about 5 or 6 printed circuit boards in there. And I was trying to fault find about why this was not working. It turned out in the end that two of the chips in the printed circuit, two separate printed circuit boards had gone.
Right.
Um, but that was a real challenge because if it's one thing, it's really easy to track down. But when it's
Yeah,
multiple
fault
things like
finding
that,
is a bit easier when it's just the one thing.
yeah, and then obviously then to get replacement parts for that was just a nightmare because obviously you get everything from the States, and as
Right.
any UK fan will know, the moment you get anything from the States, you're at least doubling the price
Yeah,
in
definitely.
order to get it over here by the time you've paid tax and postage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a certain thing I want from Etsy, but I want £85 a post. It's actually the a replacement hose.
Yeah,
There's someone who does one that is solderless, so I don't need to do any soldering. So it's like proper,
yeah.
but it's like 120 quid to buy, but then 85 quid to send it. I'm like, it's got to be light as a feather, surely. It can't be £85 to send that. But
No, well, this is the thing. I mean, if we look at PK meters, um, so I bulk buy PK meters from the States and then import them in to make it slightly cheaper for people. But if you look at PK meters, you get one PK meter which costs about $30 out in the States. You're looking at 85 quid to get it over here for a $30 PK meter.
that's it. I mean, I've got to
It's
admit,
absolutely ridiculous.
I buy the memorial pin badges for
Yeah,
Spain and Whiteman, and they're $1 each from GB fans. So I have to buy them in bulk just to make it
yeah.
worth it. And then I sell them on our website, and the profits go to charity. Not that I'm trying to plug my. Let me just plug that for a second. That's the
Yeah, well, but
that's
Ghostbusters Mass Hysteria, yes, which I can't come to because I've been booked for a music festival as a Ghostbuster. So I'm currently trying to persuade them to do something on stage to celebrate the 40th
You've got to
anniversary
do something. Yeah.
of the
You have to come
release.
down. I mean, come down afterwards if you can. I don't know what time you're on or
No,
whatever.
no, no, I'm booked for the whole weekend. I'm there for
Oh,
3 days.
boo. Well, okay.
Which
Never
is yeah, I mean that's exhausting. I've got to be honest with you, being Ghostbuster, um, and well, as you know, and the difficulty is with going to something like that, you
mind.
literally walk about 10 meters before someone stops you.
I mean, I'm trying to organise it. I can't walk 10 meters in my brain at the moment.
Yeah,
Everything's like. I'm trying to do I'm trying to do. I'm going to be doing a documentary called
mm,
Road to Mass Hysteria. So
mm,
it's all about all of the trials and tribulations
mm.
of organising an event like this, uh, and just trying to write down what I need to ask myself in the like as questions towards it. It's just like mind blown. It's like, what
Definitely.
are you doing? yeah, I'm doing okay.
Definitely, and we've kind of put the word out with our members
Oh,
that
good,
obviously
brilliant.
that they've got the choice. They can obviously come up to the music festival and come up
They
there,
should
but
come
they
and
don't.
support you. Really, you should get
Well,
you should get support.
it's freedom of choice, isn't it? So I'm quite happy for people. And we you know, you and I work together very
We'll
well, and
always support you guys when you've got events on.
we've got the same going on with what's happening with the film
Yes.
release, haven't we?
Talk about the film.
Yeah,
Oh, I can't wait. 5 days now, or less than 5 days, really, when you think about it. Four and a half
definitely.
days.
I'm now at the stage of I'm not watching any release clips.
The thing is,
Um,
now the premiere in the US has come out. There have been a few people who have been saying a few things, and I mean, if you look at the community at the moment, there's one person, I'm not going to mention names, who did a little thing on
mm,
Facebook, ooh,
yeah,
and in my mind, there were spoilers in that. It was
yeah,
touch and go. That what they were saying was a little bit about what was or what wasn't in the film
mm,
compared to
yeah,
potentially what we've seen in the trailers and stuff like that. And I was like, well, that's a spoiler. You're telling me that
yeah,
something's not in the film that we've seen in there's something else. You're spoiling the film for me. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
And they just can't get their head around that. And people have said to that that is that's definitely a spoiler. You can't
yeah.
explain that.
I'd agree with that. And
And they're
you've
like,
also got.
no, I've not told you anything what's in the film. No, you've told me what's not in the film, which kind of is going to spoil it for me
Yeah,
now. Do you know what I mean? Oh,
because you'll
one
be, yeah.
person can't
Oh,
get around.
exactly. It's a bit like red coats, the whole red coat explosion. We don't know if the red coats are going to feature for like 90
Exactly,
seconds,
exactly. They
or
might
if
be
it's
in
going to
there
be.
for
You
like less than a couple of seconds. I don't know. Yeah, I know. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. I don't know. I don't know, but I know I can't wait to watch it. Now, obviously, you've got an event on for the week. Are you doing the weekend? What days are you doing? The Saturday, Sunday? You're doing the Friday,
No, we do Friday, Saturday.
Friday,
So
Saturday. Good. Oh, nice.
we're starting. They want it. We're going down to the showcase in Southampton, basically from Friday after the schools kick out,
Right.
and through to 8 o'clock.
That's good.
We're then going into the 8:15 showing, so we watch it, and then we're doing the same on Saturday, because then we've been looking at when are their peak flow times, when people booking for and things, and
Right.
it's the 2 evenings. It's not particularly daytime or anything.
Right.
Um,
So we're doing
so
we're
so
doing a daytime. I think we're opening Friday at 12 now. They were
yeah,
originally, and they've decided that there's not going to be a show before that, and it's not a busy. They don't get busy during the week because of where they are.
yeah,
So we're 12 o'clock till 5, and then we've got, I think there's a 5:45 show, and we're gonna go in. So we
nice.
might run the event for half an hour, or whatever. But we're going to be going in and out of the cinemas and stuff like that. We've got a surprise, potentially Slimer type cosplay ish type
Ooh.
thing coming. I can't say a lot about it because no one's supposed to really know, and I've just told YouTube. Sorry.
Oh yeah, so there we go. Okay,
But
spoiler.
yeah, so hopefully they're for the Friday and the Saturday. So,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
that's gonna be a big surprise. It should be really good, hopefully. But yeah, we're just gonna and we're are you doing any fundraising or anything like that for anyone, or are you just down there?
No, they wouldn't let us, unfortunately.
No,
We
the
did.
Odeon have got their own fundraising on the mind. So we've said we'll just
Yeah.
hold the buckets for them and see if we can get them a couple of quid. So
Yeah, well, that's not dissimilar from Showcase, who've got their own charity stuff, and so their head office, because we had to go through head office, and agree everything with head office,
yeah,
and
likewise, they
uh,
had to
yeah,
Odeon had to get older people somewhere to say.
yeah, definitely, definitely, which was quite nice because then when you've got the national marketing, a head of marketing, wanted to meet with you to put on an event, it's like, oh, that's quite nice from that point of view. But yeah, we had to. Yeah, so we can't collect, which is a shame. But it will be the only event where there hasn't been some element of charity, I
That's
think.
all right, but you're there just to support the fans.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's
The
about the
people
experience
turn
for
up
them.
to see the film and they see a Ghostbuster there. It's not
Yeah.
the first time I've done a Ghostbuster cinema kind of release Ghostbuster film, and I tell you what, the fans they love it. The Afterlife I did, that was
Yeah.
the. I was there with one other guy, Richard, at the Odeon. Actually, funny enough,
Oh
and
yeah.
we were just there together. We just rocked up on the day. I think that was a Thursday last year. It was Thursday or Friday. Might have been the Friday, but he wasn't busy, and he's made his pack from household scraps. It looks amazing. It's got smoke in it and everything. Oh, it was just
Yeah.
we were just
I
down
so
there for a
so
couple of hours, and they loved it.
and Matt down at Froome Ghostbusters has actually
Mm.
made a pack out of recycled stuff. He literally just went through their wheelie bin, and
Yeah,
made a pack, constructed a pack, added a couple of bits out of recycled stuff, and then just sprayed
wow.
it, and it absolutely
Again, I'm
passes.
in awe people can do stuff like that. I totally am.
Yeah,
Brilliant. Listen, Richard, we're going to have to stop it there because my 40-minute time limit is about up, and
there you
Zoom is
go.
going to kick us off, and it will just go to pot. So I'm going to say a massive thank you for joining me tonight. It's been amazing. I love
Oh
your
yeah.
stuff you do, and I love the fact that you can take a pack and rebuild it, all that kind of stuff. It just amazes me, really does.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'll get my plug in now for Hampshire and Dorset Ghostbusters.
Yeah, get that in,
Uh,
mate. I'll leave a link. I'll leave a
Absolutely.
link in the description as well. You got a Facebook?
Excellent. Well done. Yeah, we got Facebook, we got a website
I'll
and
link
everything
to that.
now.
Brilliant.
And we generally as we've discussed, we kind of go Southampton westwards basically is where we go.
Nice, brilliant. Well, I mean, we're always going to collaborate. So I know you've been to a couple of my events, and if you ever need any busters down your way, I'll certainly put the word out. If I can't make it myself, we've got a ton of
Yeah.
busters to come down and
Definitely, and it's all about we're all on the same team. I'm a big fan of collaboration. You know as well as I do. If I'm not doing anything and you've got an event on, I'll come down and support it. And likewise, I know that the same would apply the other way around. You've put out a couple of posts about stuff that we're doing, and it's just that collaboration. We're on the same team. We
let's
don't
let's
need
let's
to be
try and keep
precious.
this community as proactive and interactive and all that kind of stuff, and
Yeah,
forget the toxic side of it. And we've got it, mate.
exactly, exactly.
Right, and dude, thank you very much. Thank you, YouTube, for joining us. If you enjoyed this podcast, leave a comment down below, hit a thumbs up, all that kind of stuff. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more of this content. And we'll see you on another one very soon. Take care. Bye.